and wreck the fucking joint, you know, just if you're going to get treated for it, might as well have the fun of doing it too, right?
Well, we really don't do that.
But, so there was a personal vendetta on the part of this former manager against you, is that what you
No, no, so the tour manager had a personal vendetta.
And he took that to the record company and
Well, he wasted a lot of money, so he blamed it on us, you know.
Well, you know, that's just one thing. For
That's
instance,
just one, that's
the
just
new
one.
album here, we have to say Japan has done a great job, I reckon, distribution here.
HQ Records is doing good for us.
But the rest of the, I mean, here we go. Here we're signing a fresh record deal, get a whole lot of money, and we do a great album, deliver our part of it, and they just don't do nothing. I mean, it's not even.
They just put it out and keep it a secret.
How much
you know?
sense does that make? I mean, you give a lot of money to them, the band come out with the best album in years, and then they just don't care.
I'm sure that for Sony we were a tax loss, you know. I'm sure of that.
But here, it's not even a tax write-off, you know. Here, it does not make any sense.
Well, here we're doing all right, though.
What? No, I mean, with this new album, in the rest of the world, it does not make any sense at all. So there's no really an answer to why. You just go, what's the deal here?
There is an answer, actually. Fuck you!
There's got to be a reason.
That's a really good answer. It's the only one they leave you with, you see. They don't give you a chance to be nice to them. Because you're nice to them and they just shit on you. So then you get to thinking, well, I might as well just be a cunt anyway, because they treat me like that. And for years we went through the thing like that, you know.
We haven't finished with the Germans yet. Anyway, it's going to be sledgehammer on the kneecap time, very sure.
I'd like to put in here, the Phil doesn't mean all Germans, just the Germans we're personally involved with in the record. I mean, look what happened last time, right, you know.
Yeah, we pasted the arse off them.
Amazed that a band would continue this long and maintain the same quality of sound for such a long time.
We're improving.
But I mean, stylistically, that was pretty much...
Pretty diverse, the new album. Have you heard it yet?
Well, he has, obviously, yeah. But he still thinks that, you know, compared to other bands with similarly long...
Well, that's true. We do try to retain the same sound, but we don't write any particular way to make it sound different. We just write a song no matter what, whether it's a ballad or whether it's a real steaming number. And still, it sounds like that because it's us that play it.
Yeah, it's when the four people get together it becomes Motörhead, you know, otherwise it's just, if you write a song it's his song, if I write a song it's my song, when we all play it together then it's a Motörhead song, you know.
You got your own signature though, no matter what you play it's going to be.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
You can always tell it's us when the vocals start anyway, no matter what else we do. Right? Can't help that, you know. Put some clothes pegs on Russell's nipples, we're going to do a high-pitched female version of something.
Throughout the years, the music industry changes, and you know, critics come and go, and you know, you guys have stayed the whole while, and they sort of fall over themselves thinking of new and exotic names for the type of music you do. And you say that you're the godfathers of slash metal. Or,
we play Motörhead music.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you were saying.
We're the best Motörhead you'll ever see. Right.
But I mean, obviously you've had to encounter this, you know, throughout the...
Sure, yeah, I've had any attention to it.
Hard rock and roll music.
That's the best way to put it, you think? Has anybody ever gotten it right? Like,
No.
They've never really
I
described
think so. Yeah, a couple did, I guess, you know. Who was that guy that really wrote the review that time?
I say it's a hard rock band.
Hard rock band, rock and roll band, something, whatever, you know. But it's certainly, we've got very little to do with heavy metal, per se, you know.
What is heavy metal to you?
Heavy metal to me is Judas Priest, you know, I would say. And we
Iron
get
Maiden.
nothing. Yeah, Iron Maiden. We get nothing to do with them bands. I mean, our music's totally different, you know.
I mean, they're good drinking friends. But
No, they're good lads, yeah. But they put it under the umbrella, you know, so they can rack it, you know. So it's the industry again, you know, shortening corners and cutting the throat. Yeah.
Have you lost out as a result of that, though? I mean, people expect you to be heavy metal, and
People expect us to be fucking morons on motorcycles, you know. And even though we've shown all through our career that we're not, people I think because they want to retain that image, you know, makes them feel better about themselves. I say, fuck them. What do they know?
It's funny how they have to put you in some kind of category.
And people say, I don't like that sort of music, and they never heard you. You know, they got opinions on your new album, and they never heard it. I find that really arrogant, man. You know, it's impudent. I smack them in the fucking mouth.
Insolent.
Sit them down, tie them to a chair, and make them listen to it once through. Because if you heard it once, then you can have an opinion. Until you heard it, don't tell me nothing about it, you know. Don't tell me you wouldn't like it, or that's not really your sort of thing, because you don't know. You know, you better hear the bloody thing before you talk to me about it. Or I'll spend 3 hours burning your ass off with my voice, you know.
Get out the chainsaw.
No, I'm just talking to death.
それはずっとその呼び方がね、変わっても結局その Actually, though, in Japan, you may have profited as a result of the heavy metal connection because.
Categorized, you know, it's not definable even. I listen for everything, to ABBA, to the classics, to anything, you know, MC5, Beatles, whatever, and it doesn't matter if you like it. If it gives you pleasure, that's what it's for, right? Anything else is irrelevant.
In the interest of time, we're going to cut out a lot of the interpreting.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I would have urged you, because then you can always interpret it later.
Well, somebody else will be taking this down later, so don't worry about being misquoted or anything.
No, I won't. No. I'll try not to worry about it. Although I don't think we've ever done an interview where we weren't misquoted.
Going through this long process of sort of categorization bullshit, the last batch of it being so-called grunge in America. People started labeling music grunge.
Another word. Similar music
for some, for a very large entity. I think people have now sort of come to realize that all these little categories and names mean very little, and it all kind of refers to the same thing.
Well, there's another category now, late grunge, isn't there?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. But
death grunge.
Friday.
In more ways than 36.
Grunge metal.
But our interviewer, Mr. Suzuki, was noting that now that things have kind of come full circle and people are more willing to broaden their perspectives, that sort of the times have caught up with you now. You don't have to worry about really being categorized as much anymore.
People have said that every year since 1986.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
This is your year, boys. Yeah?
Oh, it's
You know.
being categorized.
Is that right? When they say that, though, they mean in terms of like the type of music you do, or just the type of
success. They mean like worldwide, global amphitheater. You know, and it's never happened since. This is the first year where they haven't said that yet. So, we're halfway through it.
So you've been jinxed every year since '86.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, it comes down to everything is based out of pure rock and roll anyway, when you talk about that kind of music.
Everything comes from the blues anyway, and country fusing together. That's what happened with rock and roll. That's where it comes from.
So eventually, as you say, the full circus.
Full circus.
It is a circus.
Many a true word, eh?
Right. But it's coming back. I mean, it's just rock and roll.
People realize it all taps into the same sort of source.
So at the moment, the world seems to be concentrating on being sanitized, odorless, and like risk-free.
I thought it would be going in the other direction.
Well, we always gone in the other direction, but like the world seems to be concentrating on all being nice and like wholesome. Again, it's like the bloody 50s in America. It's like horrendous, and the world isn't like that, So we tell a bit too much of the truth for them, I think. If you read my words, they're fucking doomed, It's either about chasing women in a rock and roll band or like what a bunch of assholes the human race is. And I can't help it, they're both true.
Unlike some of the other hard rock contemporaries, you never really limited yourselves to like a hard rock ghetto.
Yeah.
You were like performing with Nina Hagen or going beyond those boundaries. And
I would have, but she said no.
Some of the newer bands like the Faith No Mores or the.
But they're done already, aren't they?
Pardon me?
They're done already.
You think so?
Well, the guitar players left them.
Fired.
But he was sort of the point he was making was that they have also sort of reached out to other genres, or maybe the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Only if you're allowed to, man. We're not allowed to reach out. People don't promote that side of us, because we are an inventive band. We've always been,
We're not known for that. They won't promote it in the same way. Well, we're known to play really ballsy, noisy music, if you like. And if that's not given to them, then they think that there's something wrong with the band, or we're selling out, or we've lost the edge.
Selling out, that's the famous phrase, isn't it? Selling out. Jesus Christ, how come we're not rich then if we sold out?
we've had all that stick lots of times in the press. We don't mind too much.
So is there stuff you've wanted to do before, but you sort of hesitated to do it because...
No, we never hesitate to do anything. We do whatever we want to do.
We just do it anyway.
Whatever feels right, But it's like people are upset because we're not conforming to their version of us, And there's nothing worse than that for somebody, His heroes have let him down or some fucking thing because we played something that was like 5/8 time, instead of 4/4, And they
We
can't handle
recorded
it.
a couple of ballads, and some people have...
Some people are still bitching about it,
I mean, what's wrong if you want to record a ballad?
Why shouldn't you?
Why shouldn't we do it?
Well, why not? What's the stigma?
Do they want all the
Attached to
songs to go the same tempo, the same speed?
And when we played all the songs the same, right? Because we were trying to for years. We tried to play what we thought they wanted. They didn't buy it anyway. So what the fuck, Who cares?
But that's the most static you've ever received over the ballads, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we got a lot of stick over them.
Have you taken those songs to the road, or have you...
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we don't play. We used to play Ain't No Nice Guy, but
Let Me Forever we used to play. That's probably
those are
that's good. Let Me Forever was a really, really good ballad. That was the first real...
that's the best one I think we've done.
Well, obviously, those
We
go
used to play
over...
that one live.
Yes, we do.
They go over okay live, but they don't get like booze or anything.
No,
No, it went over well.
Just
all the little lighters going.
Yeah.
just go up.
It's great. I mean, the audience knows what's going on. It's only the bloody critics and the record companies that are bozos. It's always been the band and the audience that matter in rock and roll. That's the mover and the shaker, right?
That's all it's ever been anyway.
Yeah.
So it always has been just the band and the audience. That's what you're there for in the first place. You're not there to give interviews, you're there to play music.
The industry only fucks it up when they put their finger in, always. Because they don't know nothing about it and they don't care about it. They're just trying to move more units, They don't know how to do it. So they wait till something's already successful and then leech onto it like bloody parasites, Like Seattle was like the Merseybeat thing. They ran up there, because Nirvana frightened the shit out of them, They ran up there, signed everything with a guitar around his neck, And it crippled the fucking scene immediately,
It's
No
the kids
idea.
that matter anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone else.
I want to see the audience doing this, and if I see that, then I know I'm doing good, that's it. I ain't playing for no critics. Present company accepted it.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, no offence, man.
No offence, man. No, there again, if you don't like it, you can fuck it.
What accounted for this "Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me"? Oh, this is sort of the shocking...
That's a shocking
Lyrical
subject.
content.
Yes, lyrical content. What accounted for that?
Well, the fact that 2 out of 5 women in America are assaulted before they're 12 years old by their father or a family member, right? That's what accounts for that.
Wow.
I mean, if it wasn't so... I mean, it's rife, that, man. It's everywhere. And people don't like to talk about it, like kick it under the carpet. Boys get assaulted too, and they never talk about it because it was their father and they don't know why it happened and they can't figure it out. So
2 out of 5?
most of it never even,
Really?
That's a lot of people, isn't
Is
it?
that a fact?
Yes, that's a
almost
fact.
half of all...
I know.
Really?
In France, there's a big
Yeah.
trend.
And England too.
Uh-huh. But how did you latch onto that, though?
Well, my father boned me up there. I mean,
Being a fucking wise ass, isn't it? No, I knew about it for ages before I wrote the song, There was this little girl on TV, she was 20 and she just got married. And she said that she'd been assaulted by her father since she was 5, every day till the day before she was married.
Every day?
The day before,
Uh-huh.
as nurse makes no difference.
Every day for 15 years.
Uh-huh.
Right. Imagine that, man.
Mm-hmm.
The night before you get married, your father, who you're supposed to look up to for guidance and care, is boning you, the night before you get married. Well, fuck him, he should be hanged, son of a bitch. Anybody who finds a 3 or 4-year-old girl sexually attractive, they should be fucking taken out, man. I don't want to feed them. I don't want them around,
You should have a left bladder, biological bones.
A what? What was that again? Wanna run that bars again? Quick mumble from Mickey D there. There's a lot of asses and balls.
Why is it a ballad?
Can you imagine singing about that subject fast?
Wall Street.
Huh?
It depends on the particular treatment.
I don't think so.
Why not?
I think it does depend on the treatment. You could make a heavy, fast number with the same lyrics.
Just
Wouldn't
so
have
happen.
quite the same
Wouldn't be as
impact.
effective, and it wouldn't have the pathos,
So,
I missed the question. What was the question?
It's all right, Mick's gone now.
What was the question?
Oh, it's why
You're just the drummer, Mick. You don't
So
really-
I can have a little rest. In a sense. I'll tell you what.
You can go out and attack the school drums.
Or I
It's
won't
not so
have-
much attacking, Phil. It's more
Well,
of persuading.
you could offer sweeties.
そういう社会問題を解決していこうというのは
Is this the band's first song with like a social conscience, or have you ever tackled?
You haven't been listening, have you?
No, I was.
I've been writing anti-heroin songs since 1981.
Mhm.
1980, in fact.
Mhm.
But see, nobody notices. They said that Paul Weller is the voice of his generation. If he is, then you're in a lot of trouble, you know. We've always written stuff like I've always written stuff that addresses the problems, you know, mostly as I've thought so. Anyway, and people have never given us any credit. They didn't even give us any credit for this. They said, "Oh, it's a ballad." Still persisting in their habit of doing ballads, wasn't it? You never even listened to the bloody words of it. You know?
It's only one.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that guy epitomises what's wrong with him. He didn't even hear the words, you know. He just saw his ballad, you know.
Yeah, he just said it's a ballad.
So it's just one more.
Nothing about the lyrical content at all.
That's right.
Shit sandwich.
No.
Just one more instance of you being treated as cardboard cutouts.
Right. It just got on your nerves after a while, you know. Because I was really proud of that song. I thought it did a great job, and Phil did me and Phil were mostly like all over that song, and it was great, you know. Then you bring it out and some guy says, "Oh, it's a ballad," you know. Fucking. We haven't been violent for a long time, but I suppose it could be arranged, you know, for many more of them.
Well, at least you're getting it on.
I was partial to a bit of mindless violence.
Yeah, but you know, the ultra violence, in out, in out.
Well, at least you're getting on the record here. You know, this will
Yeah.
go out to a lot of people.
Well, maybe if it makes one person listen to us properly, it would do the job, you know.
で、逆にですね3曲目
Also, but at the same time, you could clarify what this "Death or Glory" is. It seems like much more of an aggressive song that some may. He was like saying, an older person heard this, they might think it glorifies war.
Look.
Why? If they read them words, how can they think that?
Well, you're talking to somebody who
Okay, well,
obviously there's a language barrier.
Did you read the lyrics? They're printed in Japanese too.
歌詞読んだかでそれでも
いや僕は分かったんですけども
音を聞いて
年寄りたちがそういうふうに
So people like who have not read the lyrics. Who
Well,
just heard
fuck
the
them
sound.
then. If they can't be bothered reading the lyrics, why should I be bothered writing them?
We always
If
put
they-
the lyrics on.
How can they have an opinion on what the lyrics mean, pro-war or not, if they haven't read them?
Well, that's quite right.
So fuck them.
Yeah.
You know, I can't fight idiots like that.
Yeah.
They're not worth answering either.
They're always going to be idiots.
If they can't take the trouble to, because we always put the lyrics on the sleeve, and if they can't be bothered
Is that
to
right?
read it,
Because you can't hear what I'm singing, you know, your voice.
So you do make an effort at sort of
Yeah, very
getting
much.
past those misunderstandings.
Yeah. Go ahead and read them now.
Yeah.
See what you think.
Well, so I
You can get out the cellophane packet without that much trouble.
yeah, but you have to.
Look, he's not doing it. See,
He's got to finish these questions
No, I'm
first, so he'll be
Yeah.
here fucking all day.
Yeah.
I'll unwrap it for you while you're questioning. Go on.
Could we take 20 minutes out to read those? Afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards. Yeah. And, another thing.
Okay, well, actually, we're running out of time here, so
Oh, no.
he's just giving the final
Countdown?
farewell here.
Oh.
Final thank you. Yeah, we'll get to the lyrics.
Final countdown. Go on.
Final farewell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
You guys got to get
I know.
your show.
Take a shit and start.
All right, Tom, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it finished? Is that what I thought you were saying? You were getting to the last one.
No, they were just saying that we better finish up. Wrap it up.
Well, have you got any? Does he want to ask anything else?
Well, actually, we were told we only had like 15 minutes to begin with this.
Yeah, well, does he want to ask anything else?
No, thank you. Can I go?
したいことはなんだ
What time is it?
とりあえず
No, we basically covered all the points there. He's just looking forward to
Does
the
it-
show.
Does he know that I'm really a woman? Did he know that?
But he had his breast removed by X-ray surgery, and now he's not worried anymore about people not accepting him for what he really is. You
Yeah,
know?
thank you. So we'll get some photos later then?
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Yeah, there. We'll look it over there.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You look it over while I'm fucking watching this. Go on.
You didn't know there was going to be a quiz out there.
That's right, exactly.
That's some good stuff. Okay, I'll be down
Fixed magazine.
You didn't read them?
I did. It talks about the futility of war. Right?
All of them?
Pardon me?
You read all that song?
Yeah. Read all that. I went through it quickly.
Skimmed it.
Yeah, watch.
You've got 5 minutes, go ahead. Try the one after it, and the swords. You ever do that? I mean, this is my wife you're looking at. Don't skim it. I didn't.
I'm looking forward to playing and kick the fucking shit out of that guitar.
Yeah,
It
you
makes me
beat
play
that
much
fucking
better.
bastard.
Not a bad mood, I'm bored, I'm really fucking pissed off. You know what happens in my bag? That's my fault. I put a bottle of Tabasco sauce, didn't I? So it's called fucking Bosh, isn't it? It's all over my file of facts. It's ruining everything. Fucking wanted to pop us on the write all that lot out again. That was my fault, being fucking stupid. I don't know what I say, but bang, I was fucking gone.
Wrapped him up in a t-shirt or something. Should be wrapped up in a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's how cool that shit. It's all Tabasco sauce, I don't know what's going on with me.
Well, because it's true.
I thought, oh, I'll take that back. Stupid thing.
Serious. Tell him to relax.
Really go ahead.
I was wondering if it would be possible to get pictures of you guys just right now when the other guys come.
He's not going to print them.
Pardon?
Why he's not going to print them?
それより実際に載せる可能性がある。この仮にね、この2人だけを撮った。
He's just trying to justify his reason for existence.
掲載する可能性はある。
僕の間に4人の写真が失敗している可能性としてはある。ただ基本的に4人のショットを優先させていただきました。
The preference is to get all four of you. If for some reason,
Well, there'll be all four of us in a short while.
we said if for some reason during that 5 minutes, which is a rather short time for taking photos,
I don't know if you got a motor drive.
let's say just in case of a screw up, at least they have like insurance backup here. Here, pushing the two of you.
That's photographer bullshit, you know it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you know, we usually take about 15 minutes to get pictures.
We've had them taken in 20 seconds, 30 seconds. It's gone, I'm wanting to drive them rock them more up. But,
We go, you know, and you take,
I don't mind.
it's not easy taking pictures. I don't know why people make such a fucking song and dance about it. Go ahead and read them words, man.
I'm reading them. I don't get the sign on the sword though. What exactly is it?
Keep going, maybe you'll get it before the end.
That's my favourite.
Sorry, I got to the end.
The point is that swords don't kill anybody unless they're picked up by people.
It's weird, isn't it?
They just lie there otherwise. Don't do fuck all, you know.
So wait, so you have, going through all your lyrics, you have this like this sort of running theme of the you know violence is bad. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
We never get any mention of that ever, do
Is that right? Nobody talks about you as the great anti-war protest song singers of your day.
we? Yeah,
Nobody's ever mentioned you in those particular.
never.
What about your fans? Do they realize that though? Maybe the fans don't know either.
Fans have to be told a lot of the time.
Uh-huh. But a lot of guys come to the shows thinking, you know, hey, this is a kick-ass band. They're gonna, you know, talking about going out and, you know.
Yeah, forget it. They just talk about us as like loud morons, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's the thing. Have you read Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me?
Pardon?
Have you read Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me?
No.
That's the end of that side.
Uh-huh.
Look at this fucking winner.
What a winner, huh?
What a wonderful dress sense.
Fucking twat. What's he look like, huh? Looks like an unmade bed, for fuck's sake.
That's brilliant.
Can cheer you up, that, huh? You open that page, huh?
With all this stuff.
じゃあ早めにシャワーでも浴びてもらいましょうか。
彼らは浴びないみたいです。
浴びないの？
You guys aren't going to get like a shower, right? You're just going to stay here?
Shower?
I'm staying.
I'm just gonna go and get some. I'm gonna take the bag to.
Yeah, I'm just going to get pack my bag in a minute, but I'm overseeing
Let
you.
me read the lyrics here. いや、それは浴びないけど、ちょっと他に用事があるんだけども。
用事がある。
行ってくるけども、まあシャワーは浴びないです。
あ
でもあまり乗り気じゃないから。
あ、じゃあ先
できれば
行ってもらってもいいですね。
グループ全員で。
Still going?
I know they do. Read the lyrics.
Okay. You
Got it. Read the lyrics.
read the lyrics. Okay, I read Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me. Well, it's a powerful message. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this particular subject touched on like this.
Not that graphically, anyway.
I've never seen it,
Oh, wow.
I've never seen a song about youth.
Aerosmith.
That's right, yeah.
I wouldn't have known what that was about if they hadn't told me in an interview.
Uh-huh,
You know, but no, people will never notice this song because it's us.
right,
They quote the Aerosmith song as an anti-child molestation song.
that's right.
They'll never quote that.
Uh-huh.
Now, why is that?
I guess,
My lyrics are better.
well, yeah, stereotyping.
Great photographs.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't it make you mad?
Yeah.
Really?
Hopping mad.
Uh-huh.
So this is only one photo we have for
All right, good lyrics, man.
Yeah, I never knew
never
that.
saw these before.
You have to pardon my ignorance, but I never really did.
Why should I? If we pardon ignorance, we'd still be in the dark fucking ages.
You've never read my lyrics.
Did you take this photo in German?
He personally really likes this CD. He says that the kids here in Japan
No
seem to
problem.
get off on it as
I
well.
understand. It's
And,
kind of a joke.
he also hopes that they start reading the lyrics as well.
Thank you.
Because, it's a side of the band that definitely just doesn't get touched on.
Is the Japanese translation good, isn't it?
Probably is. I haven't, let me see, when did we did that? 和訳の歌詞もちゃんと意味が伝わるのかな。
Because we have had some miraculous translations of lyrics here.
Well,
First album ever came out, obviously somebody sat this Japanese geezer down by a record player and he wrote down what he thought I said, you know.
Oh, yeah, right.
It was magic.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Those are legendary.
Yeah.
Those are legendary. Everybody goes.
The Belgians do a good translation too at times.
Yeah, he said that the lyrics are, the Japanese lyrics
Yeah.
are good. So, I mean, the meaning gets across if you bother to look at it.
Yeah.
I think maybe a lot of people just don't bother.
Well, I can't help that.
Yeah.
And I can't make them do that.
Uh-huh. The classic example of Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA.
Yeah.
Which everybody thought was a good song about flag waving and patriotism. It was just the opposite.
Yeah.
But I gotta-
It was adopted as an anthem by every redneck in the
Right,
fucking
exactly.
state.
Yeah, exactly.
So would you like to have now?
okay, yeah,
It's like you say that guy thought I was glorifying war, you know, and if you read the lyrics, it isn't that at all, is it?
Uh-huh. Well, no, he said the older people might get, listen to that and get misunderstand it.
Yeah, we might fall under the bus tomorrow, but it's not necessarily true.
Maybe you need.
If they're older, they should be smarter, right? They should read the bloody lyrics before they have an opinion, you know.
誤解してしまう要因として、そのイメージ的に非常に攻撃的で野蛮な感じをするというのが理由としてあると思うんだけど、ああ言ってしまったから聞けない。
いいでしょう。
はい。
そろそろすごいよ。
はい
いいから
はい
いいからやめて。もう分かるまで。
My name?
Thank you.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it.
The percentage of alcohol.
Oh, it should be 5.5?
Is it?
Yeah,
Ice?
Yeah, this is like stronger. This is ice beer. So it's 5.5.
This is ice beer.
Yeah,
I can't find the percentage on it.
It's 5.5.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oops.
Shit, I did it. Okay, I'll leave it back down, Tim, and